What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Stirfry. It's your boy Chef T.
I'm Will, the Spacekid.
And our special guest today is Majik.
Yes, sir. I'm Majik. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah, how you doing today?
Hey. Good, man. Just chilling.
Welcome here on this quarantine day. You know, it snowed today, which is crazy because we're almost in fucking May. This shit needs to stop.
Yeah, that was nuts seeing that.
Yeah, I woke up and I'm like, are you kidding me, dude?
The sun popped out.
Yeah, but like, dude, I woke up and my car's covered in snow. I'm like, dude, this is ridiculous. Like, so not only are we stuck in the house, but we can't go outside and enjoy like nice warm weather. Like, that's what I want. But all right, Majik. So tell us like a little bit how you got started in music.
All right. Well, I'd say I always wrote like stories and like maybe like poems, like little songs, stuff like that when I was growing up. But then I went to Lake Catholic High School and I met my boy Dan, Young Cap, and we just kind of started like linking. Like he'd come over to my house, we'd be on the laptop like fucking around on beats and shit. We'd be on the bus. He was always rapping freestyle, and I'd do it. Like we'd have like a little crowd on the bus, that type of thing, and kind of just got more serious from like there. You know, just we always would rap to like Lil Wayne beats and shit. It was like 2010, 2011, so you know he was hot. It was always just like kind of like fucking around, you know.
Yeah.
We always just liked like the creative, like you know he'd come over, I'd go to his house, and then I don't know, people kind of started like you know looking at us a certain way, like oh they're taking it like kind of serious, and then kind of went from there, you know.
Gotcha.
Did you start out on the classic like mic and like the old laptop?
Yeah, I had like a Dell desktop, I want to say, and then he had like a little USB mic, and then I think I got a nicer mic. I never could get like any of that shit to work because I never understood like the audio interface of that stuff. I was like 15. I was like, what the hell is this shit? All these chords. So I was kind of frustrated. I used to have like a little closet like recording studio. He used to do the same. I'd bring my laptop, he'd bring his, whatever equipment we had, we always tried to scrape together.
We definitely gotta like backtrack a little bit though. So you said like stories like fiction, non-fiction. What's the deal?
Yeah, I would just write like I'd say probably more fiction, yeah, for sure. But like I would incorporate like people I knew, like friends, family. That
Okay, so kind of like just exaggerate different people's qualities.
Yeah, like stuff like that. Just you know, random little stories.
Okay,
like,
and then
with
like
an ending.
like the poem game. What was it? You was real deep or
yeah, like I think
was it for the chicks?
Yeah, it was. I was real embarrassed one time. I think I was in like 5th or 6th grade. I was like writing poems to this girl, Amy, and then I think my dad found it or something, and like I was like embarrassed as shit. And he was looking through it. He was asking me about it. It wasn't nothing crazy. It was just like me writing little like notes to her and stuff. So I don't know. I've always been like I was always good with like writing and like words and all that stuff, like research papers, all that shit. I've always just kind of had a way with words, I'd say.
Yeah, and just spiraled in.
Yeah.
So who'd you grow up listening to? Who's kind of like your inspiration?
Yeah, I was around a lot of different music.
Nick Cannon?
Yeah, no. I liked him in those movies. Yeah. Casa thing and shit.
Drumline.
So. My dad was really into like heavy rock, so we'd always listen to like the old bands like Led Zeppelin, like Kiss.
Legends. Okay.
Yeah, and his friend was his best friend growing up is like the current drummer for Kiss for the last like 15, 20 years.
Oh, that's
Eric
crazy.
Singer. Yeah, so
shit.
That was always like a cool thing that I thought as a kid. So we'd go to like the concerts, like all that stuff. We had like front row, like that shit was real cool.
You ever get to meet him?
Yeah, I have. He's like a really cool guy. You know, he's from Euclid, like with my dad.
That's right.
So I'd always listen to him. That Kiss and stuff. My mom always liked like what's it called? I'm drawing a blank. It's like an old singer like Gloria or something. I forget, but that type of music a lot, like singer stuff. I liked Aaron Carter when I was a kid. I'd always rap those songs to my mom and shit.
Yeah,
like, goofy stuff. Britney Spears, my sister loved like the Spice Girls, the Pussycat Dolls. Like, but when I started getting like older, I started liking like Lil Wayne. I liked Eminem, obviously.
Right.
Mac Miller is a big influence. Back in the day, I'd say like real like rap. I always heard like Gucci, like all that type of shit, like the real hardcore rap. Like I always thought that was cool, but more than anybody, I liked Mobb Deep. Who else was there? Just I liked like that '90s like sound, like the real rough shit,
Yeah, like the more lyrical, real shit. People hear it, with your spin. People like.
Yeah,
I don't know. There was just some vibe. Yeah, there was just some vibe, like some grit.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like you've kind of listened to all types of music, and that's how you kind of like. And I always tell people, I think that's the best way to do stuff is be able to hear all different genres, be able to listen to genres, and be able to like take things from each thing and just build on your sound. Because like that's how you make a unique sound.
Yeah.
And that's how you understand music.
Mm-hmm. You start seeing how they do it. You start maybe seeing their process, like their creativity. The songwriting thing's crazy. I think like you just get better like with time and always doing it. Like, you know, it just starts to kind of have a structure. And then I kind of remember with my mom listening. It was Celine Dion. She always liked Celine Dion. Okay. So like it's like random, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, influence you nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, each probably has like impact in your sound.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I definitely hear like throughout your music. I definitely hear that Mac Miller influence.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, Wiz. I always like, you know, Wiz, ASAP, all that shit. Like, you know, when I first started getting into rap, it was like those guys. You always seen their names everywhere. Like 2009, like 2010.
Oh,
like,
the good days.
Yeah, exactly. No. Like, that's what I looked at it that way too.
Who do you feel like mainly made you want to hit the stage? Because, I mean, like, if you named Kiss, Lil Wayne, and Mac, those are three, like, performers. Like, Kiss got the outrageous stuff going on.
Oh, yeah,
ladies go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wayne got, like, it could be anybody, literally anybody. Yeah. Well, at the peak of his career, it could be anybody. And then Mac just so cool.
Yeah,
it's like he was nonchalant, but at the same time, just like but not arrogant, though.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. So, like, who made you really want to, like, hit that stage? Like, I want to be in the front. On the stage,
I'd say it's probably two, and it's Lil Wayne and Eminem, and you always seen Lil Wayne with the big shows, and Eminem, I mean, you know, selling shows out the award shows.
Anywhere.
That shit was so cool, you know?
Just entertaining as fuck.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like big, everyone's rocking with it, like everybody liked it, you know? It seemed like at that time, like, if you tried to slander, like, one of them, people come at you crazy, like, groups of people, like, what, Lil Wayne? You don't like Eminem? Like, that type of thing. So I'd say those two probably the big.
I definitely think that was just a different type of performers, you know? Like, now, I don't think people take the performing as serious. That's
a fact.
I mean, Travis Scott, okay,
yeah,
boom, great performer.
MGK, guys
yeah,
like that,
they have great performances, but I think back then was just like they had it on a different level.
Yep.
It was that superstar status. Like they brought their A game to their performance.
Yep. Everyone knew every single word.
You
know,
they like, they could like turn off the music and just like.
Yep,
and everyone will see the song. I mean, now you still get that, but like it was just a different era of.
You really had to have
music.
Talent performing, like in person and all that. And those guys, you know, obviously Eminem was always coming up through like the battle rap circuit and all that. So by the time he hit like that big stage, I'm sure it was just like, you know, like easy for him in a way.
Yeah.
And then Lil Wayne, you know, he's growing up this whole time, and he's, you know, being like groomed by older people like around him, like you know, all that, and just preparing him for it. Those two, I'd say, you know, and I'm not the craziest like performer or nothing, but performing's like really fun. I think that's like a very important outlet as an artist, you know.
Yeah,
energy.
You need to experience that, because I think it definitely influences your music and how your fans will react to you if you just understand that. And what I was thinking was, I think back then performing was crazier because you were forced to perform a lot more.
Yeah.
Like now you're not forced to perform.
Yeah.
Like you can just throw a song out there and let it float.
Yeah.
But back then it's like, how can I get this in front of people? There's no other way but me going and performing it. No one can stream it.
There's no social media. There's none of that. So it's like if you were dope in person, a lot of people like heard you somewhere, a consensus
made
build.
by your CD.
Yeah. I think like
exactly.
I don't know, it was everything, the music. So like everybody has to find out, you know, what works for them. So when I see Lil Wayne, you know, he got the dreads in his hair and he might swing them and it's crazy. But Eminem, you know, you might watch the Eminem show, and not to say everybody doesn't have to do this, but like if he just looped the part where it's like, y'all act like y'all never seen a white person before. Y'all act like y'all never seen a white person before. And it works for him, and it's just like super dope. And then he just, boom, the beat drop.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy flow.
Yeah.
And
then people just lose their minds.
People just literally go crazy.
Yeah, I loved all that shit. Like, that was really cool for me, I think, growing up. Like, especially, like, I don't know, like, we had, you know, you remember, like, the MTV in the morning before school, you know, what are you watching? You're watching the video countdown. Like, that stuff was just so cool. Like, there wasn't other media like that. I couldn't go on Instagram as a 8 or 9-year-old.
Right.
You know, like,
MTV Jams, like, all that shit.
Like, 106 in Park. Like, that shit really, I think, influenced like people our age, especially.
Definitely.
You know, and now we influence like people younger than us in a different way with all this, you know, podcasting.
Yeah, and like now there's so much like, you know,
a million things.
Yeah, media.
Like, could go live and, you know, be talking to all these people.
Exactly.
Like, oh, I'm gonna go live with my homie that makes music, and we got 30 people watching us. Let's be interesting. Like, you know, let's now just have fun.
See, that's the craziest part, is because like back then it was limited, but now you have so much options. which is great, but which actually I think is better because then you have to be more creative.
Yep. You gotta.
So
catch people.
so how are you gonna like cut through the diamond? How are you gonna make people actually want to watch and want to be entertained?
Yep.
You
What
know?
are you gonna do to make that happen?
Make it different. Yeah, like so that is actually interesting because, wow, because it makes sense though because it's like you can no matter what everyone in the world can make a song.
Yeah.
But the person that's gonna make it is the person that's gonna be the most creative and the most innovative with their song.
Yep, exactly. That's very well put, I would say.
Yeah, like it's just a crazy world we're living in, like with all this stuff just being thrown at us and just stockpiled and anybody can make music, anybody can make movies, anybody can make a video, anybody can make a podcast, anybody can do anything.
Yeah, it's really in your hand. I think people our age, like especially, like realize like everything's kind of like in your own hands in a way. You know, like if you really want to like try and start something, you can do it, and you have other people that you can look up to or look to, and you know see maybe what they did or maybe you know avoid what you didn't like that they did, like all that type of shit. It's just it's wild that way, and I think a lot of things nowadays like the songs and the music that pops, it's like people that are real, like that energy's there, like DaBaby, I think is like a really good example.
Oh, yeah.
Like you can just, it's just like for some reason it's just something about that guy and about other guys. It's like you just you see the energy there. It's like you just know it's just hard. Like some people are just naturally like they got that swag.
Yeah, so like DaBaby, I feel like he has super great performance.
Yeah.
As far as just even ideas, like when I seen him go get the Jabberwockies,
that was great.
A lot of people don't really get them. Like, so for him to just like, let me find out what they're doing, get them, book them.
Yep. It's genius.
Look at his videos, kind of how piggyback on like Chef about the creativity. Videos are crazy.
Packed in the mail is gone. He's got the mail truck, you know. So he's got the boxes and shit. When
he did like the Fresh Prince episode, or the Fresh Prince video, that was super dope.
Yep.
He's just doing it. Like, it looked like he having a ball. That's the other thing too. Like every time I see him on stage or something, it's just like he having a good time.
Yeah, smiling.
That's what it's about, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of artists like they kind of look like almost like it's a job. Like I get to clock out at 2 a.m. The concert gonna be over with. Like it shouldn't be a job. It should be like, I finally got to this point. Like, you know,
and just you're gonna enjoy it. Like we talked about the other day when we were talking about people like DaBaby, how different their music really is. Like now.
Yeah,
you know?
So watching DaBaby in this climate is also crazy musically because he's not using a lot of auto-tune. He's kind of just literally rapping. Yep. It's like gritty. And, you know, not to take nothing from nobody else, but if we look at like NBA Youngboy, Rowdy Rich, Gunna, it's like this auto-tune like phase of music right now.
Singing auto-tune, It comes
and he just like stands out as a blur. Like I'm actually rap, which is so crazy because like you look at another like maybe like the 90s or early 2000s, it's like nobody was really even doing auto-tune. Like T-Pain was the person that stood out. Like I want to say like 2006, 7, whatever. It was like, man, what is this? This is crazy. I like it.
Yeah,
but
it's like weird.
He's not doing.
People would judge that though. I remember like people would just be like, "What is it?" Like even my parents, totally different era. You know, they didn't hear the auto-tune shit. But like my parents would be like, "What is that? Why does he sound like that?" Yeah. You know, because he sounded so robotic. But really, he innovated the whole genre of this. If you think about it, like without him, I wonder what like the new wave shit would sound like.
He's I mean, you can't say anybody that ever did that auto-tune, even Kanye after him and Cudi and all them. Like, I mean that and auto-tune was found on accident. I mean, I think I heard that a while ago.
Oh really?
Like producers were messing around and like they kind of
it makes sense. They're throwing filters or something on.
Like, so that's a crazy thing. But
I would definitely give like T-Pain his credit. I think Kanye like stretched it. So like I would give T-Pain maybe like a little bit more credit, but I think as far as like those younger kids going back through like Kanye catalog, I think like he kind of like stretched it like because Kanye was always like bigger than T-Pain, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it was kind of like mainstream. I want to be just like T-Pain. I'm going to be just like Kanye West. Oh, he does the auto-tune thing even in 2010, 2011.
Yeah.
So a lot of those people was like, you know, want to use it.
Yeah, auto-tune's been around a long time now. I mean, it's made whole people's careers. Like
Literally, yeah. Without it,
literally.
I would wonder what
Yeah.
I would wonder what Thug would sound like with just like him singing without the auto tune.
I got an older tape. It's pretty interesting. I feel like it's so many people that does it, but it's kind of like it's so many people to me that like rap like Lil Wayne, but Lil Wayne has so many different breeds of himself.
Yeah,
like I feel like Gunna, Lil Baby, NBA YoungBoy, like they all rap like a form of Wayne because Wayne has hundreds of songs. Yeah,
right.
So I can take
so
15
many.
songs and be like, these the 15 that YoungBoy sound like, these the 15 that Lil Baby sound like. But then again, those artists don't sound like each other to me.
All. Yeah,
like Gunna doesn't sound like NBA YoungBoy, which is so crazy.
Two people always gonna be influenced differently, even if we looked at the same thing. You know, you don't draw different influences.
Yeah, because everyone has their own like perception and input.
Facts.
Inner artist. I firmly believe that. Even people that don't do creative shit, I think everyone has a little artist in them some way.
That's what I've been saying. Like
sense.
everybody, I hate that like people say they're not creative.
Yeah.
Everybody is creative.
Yep.
But they just have to find something that they're creative about. Like, there's, like, a specific thing that they can be creative with. Like, you know, you make music. I make videos, do artwork.
Yep.
Will makes music, makes movies. Like, there's different things to be creative about. You can make craft. People make crafts.
You could be a landscaper. And
Oh,
you're doing
that's
crazy.
art.
Yeah,
That's fucking
like,
art.
Like people can't replicate it. Like they'd be like, "How do you do that?" And it's like, you know, I put the time into this. I know how to do this design. I do it every day on these yards. Like that type of shit.
People definitely need to like pat themselves on the back because like I know a lot of people that do like architect and design and they don't think that's creative.
That's crazy.
I'm like, dude, you just drew a 3-dimensional building
a house,
and you made like
with these
you made the
angles.
first and the second floor. Did you give me a pencil? Like you gonna come up with
I'm all
2 squares,
Yeah.
and my square is probably not even gonna be even. Like,
Literally.
Another thing is like the construction workers, like people that like put tiles, walls up,
Yeah,
and like
all
design
that
it.
shit,
Like
I mean.
that shit's crazy creative because they can like make a whole house look dope.
Yep.
Like just, it's just sick.
I don't see how you like see. You can like I don't know like they can basically like see the house like before the house is even built. They're like, oh yeah, if you put the cement right there and then a couple layers and then those bricks.
Did you just say cement?
I mean,
Sorry.
not cement, but you know what I mean. But yeah, you put
No,
all
yeah,
that stuff
like
there.
they
It's
know
just like
what,
crazy.
Yeah, they know exactly what to go. Well, because it's such like I think the reason why they don't think it's as creative is because it's so mathematically inclined. Like everything's a math equation. Everything has to be positioned in the right place in order to like make this like
Blocks the art in it.
structure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it has to be all particularly set up to make the structure like safe and like sound.
Yep. Even someone that's like a caterer or something, you know, you make cakes for a living. I mean, that shit's art.
artistic,
You know, it's
yeah.
artistic in some way. I mean, you're making literally like you've seen it, like those crazy cakes,
Yeah,
like people's faces.
Dude,
like,
I love watching that shit on Food Network. That shit's crazy.
that shit's funny.
I'm like, how can you do it with a cake, dude?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? It'd be like moving, and I'm like, oh my god, these people.
What about those? You ever see those images where it'll be like Kobe's face, and they made it out of like pop cans or something?
Oh yeah,
like,
I just don't.
dude.
like whatever they.
I just
do.
don't understand.
Yeah,
So
I just
wild.
don't get how people do that.
Or some
Make a whole
domino design,
Yeah,
or
that's
like Legos. People be making crazy shit out of
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Legos, dude. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like, you can literally make anything out of anything. Or you don't even have to make anything. You could just like work on something, or you know, just find some niche.
Yep.
I think it ultimately goes with hobbies. Hobbies are more creative. They're like a creative outlet.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I'd
You
say.
know? I mean, like even if you go golfing, I mean, in a way, you're still using
art
some
to it.
sort of creativity in how you're hitting it, how you're, you know,
Yeah.
just how you're going about the whole
Your whole swing. I mean, there's
Act.
art to it. Your own
Yeah.
swing. You know, like
There is boom.
yeah.
See?
Boom.
Yeah.
Anything.
Everyone needs to open their mind
Yeah. No, I agree.
Definitely.
and realize that like they're creative. Speaking of like creativity, I know a bunch of people in this group, 4264.
Yes, sir.
How'd they get started?
Yeah, that's a really good question.
Like, how'd your group, like, I know you guys are all close in high
yeah.
school. You guys were always doing your own thing.
Yeah.
But there was, like, a definitive, like, point when it got started.
Yeah, for sure. So me and Cap, we went to high school together, and a few other people that are in 42 now went to Lake with us. So we kind of, I would say, we're like the first two, like of anything, like art wise. Like we both like rapped, like made music, but we weren't like 42 in high school. But kind of just evolved from like our friend group and other people we met. Like Fitzerton, he went to Lake with us. Like He
Yeah.
didn't touch a camera in high school. Like, we were just kind of friends with him. And then after high school, a lot of people went away to college and stuff, and like Fitz's friends and stuff. So we started linking. It was kind of just like an organic thing. And then just little pieces, it seemed like kind of started coming into play. Like people wanted to like contribute or help. Like our friend Clock, he went to Lake with us. He does lukewarm soda and fresh clothing and that.
Yeah.
You got Fitz, you got me, you got Cap, you got Clock's brother Ryan. He shoots videos,
I see
does
that.
photography, all that. You got Moe Jeds. We met him later on a couple years ago. He went to OU for a little while. It kind of evolved as like almost like a friend group. Like we were all friends. And then, like I said, just certain people started either getting into one lane or the other, and then people that you don't really see, like even like Cap's brother, like Dev, and you got Doug, you got Mario, you got a bunch of people. There's people that do stuff like behind the scenes, and they don't get enough credit, Like,
yeah, and
all
you
the
need those
up
people,
front. Yeah,
right? Yeah.
It's so much like infrastructure. It's crazy, like how many people you really end up like doing stuff with and putting projects out. Like when we do projects or videos or all that stuff, I mean, we try to really like rep each other. So like I'll wear like my homie like Jamil FTFN. I'll wear his clothing in it, and then we got Ryan or Moe or Fitz shooting it, and then we just always try to like almost like plug each other. We all in the same group, but it's like we need to like come together to make it as fire as possible.
Right.
know?
I mean, do you think like that group? So when it first started, do you think that inspired the people to pick these different things? Because like you said, like at first people weren't doing the things that they weren't filming or they weren't taking pictures. Do you think that influenced them just having this like kind of creative collective idea?
Yeah, I can say I think it did. I think maybe some of that would have happened naturally, but like I remember like me and Fitz went to Pittsburgh to go visit one of our friends, and like I remember we were just always talking like, you should get a camera, like we'll take pictures, we'll go on trips and stuff, and like I was doing music then. This is after high school. And he picked up like that first camera, and I mean after that it was like a wrap, like
look where he is
like
now.
his
I mean,
life, Like, so it's just like those little like little conversations, like like dude, you should do some photos. Like I seen you take photos before just on your phone, like that shit's cool. And he used to do like YouTube videos when he was a little kid, like always like the camera stuff. It's just like you kind of fall out with stuff, like you got different priorities. You're going to school, you got a job, you're going away, like that type of thing. And yeah, I'd say for certain people definitely like it was influenced, no doubt.
Got you. So it seems like you guys, organically came together, and you could say like you really know, you know the people in the group well. A lot of groups kind of get organized by like older people and stuff like that, but this group you hang around.
Yeah.
So kind of like y'all all have a future, y'all all have different goals that y'all want to do. What do you see as kind of like the peak of like everybody's career of what they want? Like if everybody could have it their way, like so the person that does the videos for you, does he want to just be like music videos? Does he want to have a film company? What do you think he really wants?
Yeah, I'd say a lot of people have like the same goal, and it's to obviously at 42 I'll go go all the way to the top, and we're all living nice and all that. But I think some people they're gonna have to they'll end up taking different paths or doing different stuff, like you said, like maybe like Fitz, he wants a film company. I mean, like that would be great, and maybe like other guys, they want to have like that big clothing store in LA. Like I kind of look at it like sky's the limit. Like if we're all together, like at least one of us is probably gonna be something special. I mean, all of us together, I look at it as a lot of specialness. So it's kind of like a ticking time bomb the way I look at it.
Yeah, I mean, everyone brings in their own thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like bringing your own ideas. I mean, we have like a group message. We always link up. We always, we're always sharing ideas. Like I just did some new merch. Like I'm about to do for my first merch drop with Clock. Like it's, it's been weird with this whole virus thing, but life goes on. You gotta plan for things still. And I'm a huge planner like that way. Like I always try to have things set up. I hate like just doing shit on the fly.
I mean, that's the best way to do it.
And then even when you say like. So like we even like kind of speaking for yourself, and you say sky is the limit.
Yeah.
But people have like their limits. So what do you like want to do? You want to act, raps? Do you want to learn how to sing too? What's your ideal career?
Yeah, I'd say like I obviously want to do the music thing no matter what, and like I kind of see it as like more like almost like a vehicle to other things. Like I want to get into like I want to get into maybe a little like acting, like that type of stuff. I think voiceover acting is really cool. Like
it is, dude.
Yeah,
I think that shit's raw.
Definitely.
And dude, if you're good at it, you can do so many different things at once. Like unlike real acting, where you got to actually go in there, like you're limited to like, you got to be on this set this whole season. But you can go in there and work like 5 different voiceover jobs and get paid bang.
Yeah,
dude.
exactly. That's definitely something I've always thought about. I really like movies and shows. Like I would even like to be like in some capacity like a screenwriter. I think I like behind the scenes stuff a lot besides being an artist. That type of stuff. I like clothes and stuff. I'm not like the craziest like dresser or nothing, but I think I have like an odd taste, like unique.
Turn into Kanye, just be selling $300 shoes.
Nah, you can't be doing that. He's wild for that shit. I think that shit's really crazy, but yeah, there's those lanes. Yeah, I definitely something artistic. That's what I would say. Even like recording, maybe recording people.
Screenwriter would be right down your alley, man. Like I feel like you should even give that a shot now to like start writing shit, dude. Like
I always have like these. I swear, like you'll just have like a day where you have like these crazy, like almost like visions, like of like something that could really read, like an idea. I have like this notebook I always write stuff in. Like this would be a good idea for a show. Like this plot, like these characters. I don't know, stuff like that.
No, dude, it's so important.
Are your beats in house?
A lot of them are, but sometimes I go outside, and some are even like YouTube. I try to buy them.
Are you more like the hands-on person? You just tell them like I want this type of beat, and then just go home. How does that work?
Yeah, like that's kind of how I'd say. Like I trust my dude Jay Pre. Shout out to him. He makes very good beats, and our dude MD Trey. He made some really good beats for me and Cap. He made Shake 'Em Off for Cap.
Okay.
I try to like we'll sit down and I'm not really that crazy, like technically with like the mixing and music and all that. Like I'm not that knowledgeable with that stuff, so it's kind of almost like what vibe I'm going for or whatever instruments he starts out with. I kind of put a lot of trust in those two, so usually they kind of like whatever we do ends up usually being raw. But sometimes you have your misses.
I mean, that's really what you want. You want that group where you could just be like, hey, this what I want.
This what I'm looking for, yeah.
And you ain't gotta like sit there for hours with them and let them, tackle the computer, man.
Yeah, that's literally it. And they be doing that a lot. And I brought like for instance like for my last album, Standing in the Suburbs, we had the song Roots. I brought like this weird like sample from like this like 70s like rock band. And I brought it to Joe, and like he's playing around with it, and then we made Roots. Like I had a video to it and shit, and I always thought that was like one of the more fire collabs, because I brought something to him a little bit, and then we were sitting there, and he just made it crazy, like slowed it down.
That's a good idea. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like having that group, like 4264 sounds like that group where everyone benefits off of everyone.
Yeah.
But you also can trust everyone with ideas. Like I find it like terrible if a group has somebody that they can't trust, and you're like, hey, I got this idea, and then he like doesn't make it. Like you should be able to put your full faith in somebody when you're collaborating like that, and be able to trust them, be able to work, like know that they'll make something that you'll love because you like what they do.
Yep.
And they're always pushing the envelope.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's fun, like the push and pulls of like working with. I'm tight with these people, obviously. So it's all love. Like if they don't like something, on a song, they're gonna tell you and be like, maybe you should change this part. And it's up to you if you're gonna listen to it or not. But I take like my own people's advice like more serious than I would like just a random person. And all inputs are good. Right. Just like these people, are probably looking out for your best interests anyways. Yeah. So even if it disagrees with you, I mean, you could be wrong and they're right, and you listen.
And can you tell us like the background story of those numbers?
Of what?
Like
4264.
I
was curious too. I was gonna ask that.
Wait, what? It's like a secret. I don't.
Okay.
It stands for something.
Better.
Okay. It's really simple. Like it's just us, and it spells out something. That's all I'll say. Like the numbers spell out something.
Okay.
Do y'all have like
I'll tell you.
Y'all have like a certain goal to like tell, or is it something that's just never gonna get told?
I don't think people like realize it, so I think it's kind of like a funny thing, like it's like the 42 boys, like maybe it's like their address or something, or
I was like area code,
area code, like
or something like that.
Maybe that was his old, we all used to link at that place. I don't think people really realize it.
That would be a cool ass club name. In the future when you guys are popping, like when you guys are huge, 4264 Club.
Yeah, people just be like, "Why is it named?"
Like, don't worry about it.
Okay, I know y'all thought y'all was gonna get the answer, but not today.
Yeah.
I'll say this, like we had a group before when we were in high school, and it was like similar people almost. It was like a predecessor of 4264.
Gotcha.
And we were called LBG, Lost Boy Gang. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But like it was just it too overlapped with that Lost Boys movie and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it just wasn't that original. But we all were known as like the Lost Boys. Like we took it like literal because everyone always like in high school they like wouldn't like want us coming to their parties. They thought we were like sketchy because we were all from like Euclid, Cleveland, like that area, and we were in like Lake County and all that, like Menor, Concord.
I got you.
So we were called like the Lost Boys and shit, and so it was kind of like a term of endearment, you know?
Yeah.
Like we're LBG, like no LBG coming to this party, like that type of shit, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like funny.
I mean, but I think 4264 just stands out to me because so many people have similar names like Lost Boys Entertainment or like like all these different kinds of names, but no one really
band money in it, you know.
Yeah, like they'll have this like ridiculous like 5 like part name.
Yeah,
I'm more so like just interested because like so people had the numbers, but it's usually like some like wild gang mobbing. And I mean, y'all just more so like stick to yourself. Y'all don't cause problems in the street and stuff.
Disclaimer:
so
we're not a gang.
Right.
You cannot join. Do not give him money so you can join.
No, it ain't nothing like that. Like I would never, you know, I don't ever want that connotation to, you know, go by. But connotation, whatever that word is.
See, I take it as like more of a creative collective, just in general.
Exactly.
You know, and I think that's better than. I think that's good, and I think guys have so many different people involved, like Trey Smith.
Yeah, Trey Smith.
Like,
shout out to him.
Yeah, I mean, super creative guy on just every end. Yeah. You know, I see all his shades, very creative.
He's great.
It's amazing to me because this is what people need to do, right? This is the ideal situation that like people need to get into is like having that group that's going to be like they're going to tell you when your shit sucks, they're going to tell you when it's good. Yeah. And they're also going to help you and push you to be better. Yeah.
You're all pushing, you know, each other in a way, you know?
Yeah.
And I was in like a collective when I was like younger. It's called AIA. Above it all, it stood for. And we had like a manager, like all that shit. That's when I first started going to like the studio and stuff. Yeah. And seeing how that played out, because there's 3 artists. There's like a manager too, and then there's someone else. That was like real small. Like it wasn't that open. I was naive and young. It was good. It was just like it didn't reach like its full potential, and I was in that, and that kind of really bothered me for a while because like you know you put so much like heart and soul and effort into something, and you felt like other people maybe you know just couldn't or wouldn't, and that was frustrating. So I was always friends with all these guys in 42 and all that, and I kind of like took a step back from a lot of things like a couple years ago, and I was doing other shit. And then, you know, it just started to come together more and more, you know, people. And, you know, it's a really good thing. It's cool. Like, everyone needs, like watching ASAP Mob and all those cool collectives when we were young. Yeah, you know, that shit was just, like, cool. Odd Future, like that's, I think, a lot of, like, influence, not, like, directly, like, music-wise or any of that shit, but, like, you know, seeing those groups of friends, like,
just knowing it's possible.
Yeah, taking it to the world, like, going on world tours, all that shit, just knowing it's possible, like you said, like, that was cool.
And everyone can have something that they're good at.
Yeah.
And I think, and people sometimes feel like they have to be the best in the group, and that's the problem.
I gotta be the star. I gotta be. Yeah, I never. But
if everyone has the understanding that like this is their specific role, like for instance, you and Young Cap have different sounds. Yeah, exactly. So you're not technically competing against each other. Yeah, there's no need to.
Yeah, it's not like we're both like drill rappers, and you know one's just gonna outshine. It's just different music. That's something you know it's real big too. Like we just develop different styles.
Yeah, I mean, but that's there's no need to compete. Yeah. You know, we always say it's like there's enough music to go around. Like you don't need to like
definitely.
Everyone can shine. Yeah. Like this is a time when everyone can really shine.
Yeah, literally. Like there's just so many different people in this world and cameras and avenues.
I think the person we haven't touched. Who does the pictures? The pictures be saucy. Like
so that's most of the time it's Moe. I would say Moe Jeds. Okay. Ryan or Fitz. I'd say it's more than likely Moe.
Like y'all gotta plan out the pictures because the pictures be fire.
Like which one? Like what do you mean?
Like I don't like when I look at the pictures. Most of the pictures on the page, like it just look professionally done. Yeah. It just look like I don't know, like plan a dope photo
Yeah,
shoot?
some of those are shoots, and then other ones are like I really like the candid ones, like when you're out at like events and stuff. So those are like the coolest one. I personally think, but yeah, a lot of those are I'd say photo shoots, or maybe you're at an event or something like that, and it's like a little shoot.
But like that no matter what, that photo's gonna look dope.
Yeah,
because you trust them.
Yeah,
because you know that
in Moe we trust.
Yeah, trademark.
Yeah, for sure.
No, but yeah, like you trust them. You know that they're gonna come out with this dope visual stuff to help your creativity.
Yeah.
So what is kind of like your creative? I'm trying to think. Your creative way that you start projects. Like, do you look at it in like some people look at it in I have a vision for this from the beginning. Mm-hmm. Or is it develop over time? Like, what's your creative process?
I'd say it's like both of those. Like, it develops over time, but you have like maybe a rough idea at first, So like, for instance, like, I'd say a lot of it's like, it's gonna be common sense. Like, it's about what's going on in your own life and what story you want to tell. So like for my first album, Standing in the Suburbs, that was like real like deep to me because I had a lot of those songs for so long and I had like a lot of the ideas and stuff. I just couldn't like make them come to life the way I wanted to. So a lot of it just kind of was just how life was going. I was, suburbs, I was moving out, like I was leaving my hometown, like all that type of shit. So I'd say more than anything, it's just what you're going through in life and the story you're trying to say. So I usually start out with like a rough idea of what I want. And so for my next project, like Tales of a Don, I have it all on like the notebooks and shit. And it's just like a certain like maybe mood I'm trying to convey. So like I'm thinking of like movies that are related, like let's say like Goodfellas, Casino, Godfather. Okay. So I'll take like movies like that, right? Yeah, classic movies. And so I'll take movies like that and I'll watch them, Sopranos, that type of shit. And I'll see like I'll see how like even like the lighting is in the movie, like the type of stuff they're wearing, like that type of thing. And I try to use it to like make it come to life, you know what I'm saying, where it's almost like you're gonna listen to my album and watch like, maybe a video or something from it. So you can kind of see like at least either the influence or like what I was really trying to do. So it's almost like a mini movie, like each like project I would say. It's a story being told through that. That's the process. That's great.
I mean, that's what I think the process should be for a lot of people. I mean, some people make different types of music, obviously. But I think yours is more lyrical, more storytelling. Yeah. Like each song is a specific kind of tale of that story. Staying in the Suburbs, great. It was a great tape.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
I like the new. Is that an EP? Would you call it?
Yeah. I guess you could call it. Yeah, a little 3-pack.
I fuck with that. That one was. I really like that.
Yeah, that was really fun. I like that one. That was just like a little
short, sweet, but it was good. Each song was kind of different.
Yeah.
But I think it captivated the kind of idea that you had. So when you're coming up with ideas, I'm always curious because I'm a video person.
Yeah.
When you're coming up with ideas for a music video, obviously you and whoever's gonna be filming it, whether it's Moe, Ryan, or Fitz, what's the creative process with that? Like, do you guys just have an idea, or you guys collaborate, or how does that work?
Yeah, sometimes it'll be either like, they'll come to you like, oh, I have like the perfect idea for this, or, oh, what do you think about this? But so me and Fitz, I've only shot videos of Fitz so far. So like I have some shit planned with Moe and Ryan, but for Fitz, like me and him, we kind of we'll come together. We'll either scout or look at some locations. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what people we want for it or whatever. Like perfect example is Open Minded. So like I was saying before, like for Open Minded, like we were gonna wear our homies' brands, our brands. Like 42 shit, the Fresh, the FTFN. We wanted to do that. We had them come. We had the actors we needed. We had certain locations set up. We had just it's kind of usually with me and Fitz, it's me and Fitz, like, and it's usually I would say it's like what I was trying to get done, and then he's gonna meet me in the middle. And I'll say this about Fitz, like I've never even had to like revise like a video me and him done because I think our chemistry is so crazy. Like he knows what I'm looking for, he's gonna shoot that, and I'm gonna bring what I bring, and it's not he does most
crazy
of it. I think he just gets like exactly what I'm looking for, and people like that, like the chemistry is just like unmatched.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing in just having that relationship with when I have a film a video with an artist. That's what I'm looking for. I would rather work with people over and over again and like have that chemistry because like
it's just gonna get better.
Yeah, because what happens is like you don't even have to say anything. They're like, "Yep, I know."
Yep.
Boom, you already have it all together because you know exactly how each other's thinking and what's gonna bring your vision to life and how to meet in the middle.
Yeah, exactly. Like we could talk about this or that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you could bring different ideas because sometimes I think the problem lies with like both sides being too strong.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one like the artist could be like, "Well, I'm paying you like this is how I want it."
Right.
Do you understand? Like this is exactly how I
They
want
just
it.
want discount what you bring. You know, it's like disrespectful.
Yeah, that's
Right,
that's
but
terrible.
the whole
That's
thing
terrible.
the whole thing is like you're paying. It's like you don't yell at a painter when they're painting when they're finished painting the portrait, and it's like you knew what my artwork looked like.
Yep.
You know, I tried to tell you. Yeah, I was like, I tried to tell you like this is my shit. You
This
know?
is how it's gonna come out.
Yeah, yeah, and I think it works best when people meet in the middle.
Yeah.
Like I mean, camera people can be headstrong as hell.
Very.
Like I mean, I've seen it. You know,
Trust me. Yep.
Yeah. Like, video people can be like, no, sorry, dude. Like, especially if they have some sort of clout behind them, they're like, oh, I don't think you understand. This is how I shoot videos.
This is how it works.
Yeah. You sit
how
you
it
give me
goes.
my money, you sit down, and
Just put your camera on.
Yeah.
And
just say the lyrics and we'll be done. But like that never works.
Yeah, no,
like,
it just doesn't. It ruins that chemistry. And something I learned when I was younger, like as an artist, like just starting out, like those relationships with almost every single person you're gonna deal with, that's what's like really important. So even down to like the person that mixes my music, who shoots my videos, who maybe styles me, I really have to like you, and we have to just have that chemistry, and respect has to be there, you know.
Yeah.
Like I'm real big on that. So like that's I would never like work with someone, you know, that I don't like just because they have like a big name or they have a following. Like I really have to like fuck with you, like that's how I would say it.
yeah. I mean, because people are always trying to. That's the thing is.
Hop on a name or whatever the fuck.
That's
like,
what I mean. That's what it is, and I'm with you on that. I value like actually the fucking with somebody. I would much rather work with somebody that is like, for instance, pay me less money, but they want to actually collaborate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're both gonna come out better from it.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, it's gonna be better video.
Yeah, exactly.
Or it's gonna be whatever product you know you want. Like it's gonna be better.
And you guys have shot, you know, you've shot enough videos by now. You know how.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. I mean, I know how it works,
You know,
and
it's-
I know who like I would actually fuck with, and who I wouldn't like making a video for. I'll be okay. Yeah. I know this guy. I know what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm just
He's
not.
trying to strong arm me.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm not gonna shoot a video for this guy.
So,
But it's a learning process.
so I do know, like, it seems like you just like super passionate. Anything you do, you put your full effort in with your music. So if it came down to like basically like a label's like they got that pretty ticket that you've been looking for, 10 million, whatever, 6 million, whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, but the catch is you got to take down all your music but one song to sell to the world.
Yeah.
What song you picking?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Damn.
One song. Everything else is off Apple Music, Spotify.
Well, coming out with the question.
That's a good one, man. You know, I think it would. If I would pick something, it'd probably be different. But I think I'm gonna pick this one because it seems like it's like that song. Like people, you don't think it's like it's not like a hit or nothing by any of those means. But like it's like that one like people always like bring you.
I mean, you still got your freedom to show to the world. It's what you want to show to the world.
Yeah,
This one song.
Yeah. I would say I'd probably say Tragedy off my last Colder Inside. Yeah, I think that or Roots from Sanity in the Suburbs. I think those are just special.
Is it the verse?
Yeah, I just think it's like the feel to it, you know. It's like
Yeah.
I think that's definitely why the Tragedy. It's like that long, like dun, dun, dun. It's like building it up, you know, and it's like that old school type beat.
Okay.
Yeah.
And, you know, I come and I remember days of time, you know. But I don't know. There's just something about that. Like I'm not that guy that you're gonna hit play and 2 seconds in I'm rapping and I'm going like all fat. I like almost building up like the surroundings, you know.
I mean, that's what music is about. Just being able to take random pauses.
Yeah.
You can talk in the middle of the song. You
Yeah.
can do whatever you want.
I put like the one song Villain I got on my album, like there's 2 crazy verses where I'm just spitting like fast, like fire shit, but in the middle it's just a long like pause, you know, and there's a video to it. I'm just in California doing a bunch of different shit. Like there's just a space of like 30 seconds and the beat's still like going, but nothing's like banging or nothing. It's just kind of playing and then it drops right back in. I think that was like one of the most beautiful things I ever
Especially
did.
for a video. I mean,
I got rid of a hook. There was
Yeah.
a hook in there, and I just didn't like it. And I was like, you know, I'm gonna leave it blank. I like that.
yeah. I mean, that's what. I mean, that's creativity. That's what makes it push the envelope.
Yeah, those little thoughts.
Yeah. Fuck, what was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say. But yeah, I really liked Colder Inside. I think you had like these dope vibes, and you have like this nice vibe of music. It's not like mainstream.
Yeah.
It's this nice category of like Wiz, Mac, like more of those kind of vibes, like where you sit there, you listen to it, you hear it, you smoke to it.
Yeah, I'm like an underground vibe, I'd say.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That'll always be me, I think, for sure. Like, the mainstream shit, like, I would love to be mainstream and, you know, be on the radio and all those hits type shit. I don't think it's, like, me personally, like, maybe even for a number of reasons. Like, I like making that type of
Well,
music.
if you make good, I think if you make good music, you
It
go
don't matter,
mainstream.
yeah.
You know, so there's a difference. It's like you make mainstream music.
Yeah.
Or you make good music, therefore you go mainstream,
Yeah.
right? So
That's a good
anybody
way
can
to
go
put it.
mainstream
Never
if
thought.
it's a good song.
Yeah, I kind of think it's like I was thinking like Currency vibes.
Yeah, that's
Currency.
cool. Yeah, I can fuck with it. Yeah, Currency's cool. Like that, and you know, that's the people I always like look to, like those cool vibes, like the independent guys. Like you know, you could say Wiz was always on a label and all that shit. Mac Miller had the label, Rostrum, and all that. But I mean, they were largely independent. Like they don't have like these deals like these guys do, where people are overlooking every single fucking thing you do. Like these guys
do their
had some
thing.
latitude.
Yeah.
And I think that's like big. Like, and if I could be independent the whole time, yeah, I'd pick that.
I mean, because they have this like, so each of those people have like this cult following
Yeah.
almost. Like their fans are avid. Like I'm an avid Mac Miller fan.
Yeah.
You know,
Always.
like I bought his shirt.
Yeah.
I got hella shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm a big fan.
Forever.
And I think that's it. I mean,
Snapbacks, you know?
yeah. Oh, most
Fashion.
dope, dude. That shit's so raw.
Always.
I think it's some people though, like the label really doesn't understand it themselves.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think we should just let them be free. Like, cause like Wiz came into the game. So yeah, you had Snoop Dogg, he smoked or whatever,
Yeah, right.
and that was cool. But Wiz was almost like, these aren't mega hits. I'm talking about like before Black and
yeah.
Yellow
Oh,
and stuff.
yeah.
These aren't mega hits. But for some reason, all these teenagers want to listen to it.
That cult fan base
I don't know
mixed with
what's-
the weed.
I don't know what's going on.
It's a
It's a
perfect
win-win,
storm.
yeah.
Social media, the cult fan base, and the weed. I swear that had to
even
be
like
fun.
mixtapes. Like
Yeah.
there wasn't. I mean, to title your mixtape like Cushion Orange Juice
Yeah.
at that time, where like most people were doing like lyrical assassin,
yeah.
savage of the beast.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it was like, hey, dude, this I'm gonna just call it Cushion Orange Juice.
And that bitch stands the test of time. I was banging that shit the other day on the anniversary.
Yeah, and the cover though even is time. I don't know. Yeah, cause
so
like,
I think like some like labels, it's certain people like you just have to let them
Yeah.
be them because
Weird.
you can't commercialize it. You just
You'll ruin it.
yeah, when you have people like Lil Baby, they can commercialize the fuck out of that.
Yeah,
like,
it's just easy.
But he doesn't care.
Yeah.
But I think Wiz would be like, nah, like
I'm
this
not
is the
trying to force
sound.
that.
Yeah, this is the sound we're going with.
Yeah.
This is who I am.
Yeah.
And that was definitely the Cushion Orange Juice cover was so much different than other mixtapes during that time. Like they're all more like hardcore photoshopped
for
with like
sure. Them
just
with
most-
choppers and shit.
most outrageous shit. It's like 5 bitches with like guns as legs, like just some outrageous ass shit on the cover.
And then like Mac, I just feel
That
like Mac.
gift.
I feel like Mac kind of just represented like middle class kids. Like,
Yeah.
like he wasn't trying to be nothing. He wasn't. You didn't see like the guns in the video.
Yeah.
None of that.
It was that suburb shit.
And then
It
even
was
like when you hear like
yeah.
even when you hear like features, it was kind of like you could just tell like, oh yeah, this is like a real feature. This isn't like, oh, so and so the popular artist.
Yeah,
you got to
right.
do the song with them. Like
T Glock with you know, Joe Nasty, like let's
Yeah.
hear it. Like forced, you know.
Yeah.
It's like oh, this is like actually natural. Like
Yeah.
I love that one song Mac and Wiz T Floating, man. That shit'll always be just.
See, I wish they would have made more music.
I know.
That was
Just
my
never
whole
did.
thing. Is like, dude,
They couldn't have done a joint tape or
yeah,
something.
like
They
that would have
couldn't
been legendary,
Yeah.
especially if it was that time. You know, if it was early on, like when they
Yeah.
were in like high school
Oh
and
yeah,
shit.
young shit.
Oh man, I went to Taylor Allardyce, dude.
I
That
the same.
yeah,
I visited. I love
dude,
it.
I love Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh's dope.
Yeah, like
It
it was,
really is.
it was way cooler than I was like that I thought it was gonna be, and I was like, dude, this is dope. I went filmed a sorority video there
Oh nice.
for like Duquesne University.
Oh sweet. Yeah, hell yeah. I wanted to
dude.
go there when I was in high school. I was like, man, Duquesne's dope.
Yeah.
it was definitely like a lot doper than I thought.
It's,
oh yeah, we went on a tour. We went on a tour.
Oh wait, we did go to
got to
Pittsburgh
see
on tour. I forgot about that.
We got, to see, we got to see like the radio station,
Oh, sweet.
nightlife. I mean, I don't know what I expected from Pittsburgh. And it,
Yeah, I like. It's definitely
good
way cooler than I thought it would be. People have a different vibe there. I thought Pittsburgh was like,
Yeah, they're nice small town people.
Yeah,
it kind of reminded me like maybe like a mini Chicago. Like
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, it's like you get downtown and it's still like this gritty. Like, I don't know how they explain it, but if you go to Pittsburgh and you get downtown, it looks like the 90s.
Yeah.
I don't like.
Yeah,
it just looked like time never moved up. I like it though.
Yeah, I love the
vintage.
What the hell is that thing on the hill that goes up?
That cable.
Yeah, the cable car, dude.
Yeah.
That shit's like, I don't know. That shit, to me, that was the hardest part of it. I'm like, dude, that shit. It sits right by the lake, dude. Just right there. I'm like, dude, that shit is so hard.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's a good vibe. The only thing that sucks about that city for me is the Steelers.
Oh yeah,
and the streets.
The streets are ridiculous.
Straight down.
Like, dude, straight. They're like straight like this, and
it's
then
like San Fran there.
Getting around is crazy. Like
that's kind of what I meant about the Chicago vibe. It seemed like saturated. Like it seemed like
the streets are wild.
I don't know how many houses are supposed to be on the street, but it seemed like they just overdo it.
Just
like
built wherever the fuck they wanted to.
Oh yeah, let's just put a bar in the middle of the street too.
And on top of this house, we'll put this apartment. Like.
Yeah, then like they'll have like these giant staircases going up the hill that cut through like 5 houses.
Yeah.
Like
it's weird, man. It's a weird.
But it's that's why I fuck with it though, because it's like it's just different.
Yeah.
Like Cleveland doesn't have the uniqueness that like some of these other cities have. Yeah. But again, we might just not appreciate it because we're from here. Yeah, like, I'm sure Pittsburgh guys, Pittsburgh dudes like, damn, Cleveland's kind of raw. Like, Pittsburgh's kind of shitty. Everyone has their own view of their city. I mean, that's just how it goes.
Yeah, no doubt.
But yeah, Blue Side Park, dude.
Oh, I never went. Was it cool?
You never went?
No.
Dude, it's such a cool idea. Like, it's like one of those parks where you're like, I can see why people fuck with this place.
Yeah, it's like a special thing to it.
I mean, such an interesting slide. Just the slide concept is so interesting. How it's like built into the hill. You use cardboard. Mm-hmm. I don't know, just something unique.
Yeah, it seemed like a bit. Yeah, that shit's cool. I gotta hit that soon.
You have to go there, man. Go, yeah.
Especially as a big Mad fan, you know.
Yeah, you gotta go. You gotta take the usual picture.
Yeah.
You already know I got a picture of me going down the slide.
Yeah, my friends did the same thing. You already know.
You have to.
Yeah,
it's like
it's that tourist shit.
Yeah, I was like, I looked at this little girl was going before me, grabbed her cardboard, jumped on it. I was kidding, but yeah, that's like a must go for sure, especially for a Mac fan. But all right, yeah, that's a good place to stop for today. Make sure you guys check out Colder Inside EP. You know, for that little quarantine hit, you know, you gotta
Tales
get
of the Don on the way.
Yeah, new album on the way.
Three piece, another 3-piece.
No, I think it'll be Laundry. Yeah.
Okay,
it's gonna be Laundry. I like the short projects. It's good. You know, it does a certain replay value on Spotify and all the algorithms and all that shit kind of favors like little small projects. So
yeah, because they have more playback value.
It's just easier than a long. You know, I don't want to come album every 4 months.
Yeah, or you don't want to keep throwing like I think single. If you have these songs already ready.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but awesome. Thanks for being on the show.
Shout out to my guys. Thanks for having me on the Stirfry.
Yeah, where can they find you at?
At Majik MAJIK 4264 on all platforms. Just simple as that.
And I noticed on like on Apple Music, there's like 2 other Majiks.
Yeah, it's sickening. If I ever run into the British one, I'm definitely on spot.
But watch out, other Majik.
Yeah, watch out, baby.
All right, well, thanks again, man. So thank you for listening and watching. It's your boy Chef T.
I'm Will the Spacekid.
And I'm Majik. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, and keep it real. See you next week. Thank you all for listening and joining us on another episode of the Stir Fry. All the music was created by Steve Ozell. Check him out on all streaming services at Stevo Music, spelled ST3V30 Music. Also, if you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe and leave a review. We'd greatly appreciate it. And see you next Tuesday when we talk with T, aka White Girl T. She's the host of That's What T Said and is an internet personality. It was a really great episode. You'll really enjoy it, so you don't want to miss it. So see you next week and keep it real.